What's up, reptile fans? Dave Palumbo here for a Friday morning Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're going to go into my snake room today and take a look at some exciting BOA projects that have been produced in 2019 and that I'm growing up, and I want to show you some differences between the blood, paradigm, albino, and T positives, and the combinations you can make with those guys. I know I get a lot of requests for that type of video. I know I've done a lot of them before in the past, but I guess as the babies grow, people like to see the progress and maybe just get reminded of how to make these projects, and maybe they can get involved in them on their own. So let's go into the snake room and see what's going on. Meanwhile, if you look at my background there, you can see they're doing my windows, my house. I'm getting them all redone, and hopefully by Monday I'll have all new windows in my house. Right now there's a lot of banging and drilling and all that kind of stuff. And you know how wonderful that is to wake up to 8 in the morning, right? Oh yeah. All right, let's go take a look. All right, trying to get a little breeding action in my carpet pythons here. So I put my albino zebra in to the cage with my diamond jungle jag female and the male that I'm using, which is a supernova jag. These guys have been these males have been just laying on their butts for a long time in both cages. So I said, you know what? Let's put these males together and see if they wake up. And it seems like they're starting to react to each other a little bit. Let's see. See if they combat a little bit. Male carpet pythons tend to engage in combat. They'll wrestle with each other. Usually they're not too violent, in my estimation. They'll they wrap around each other, they'll wrestle a little bit. Hopefully they won't try to wrestle me. It seems like right now, get back in there. Get back in there. They want to wrestle me now. I want to just get a nice clear view of them through some open glass here. You can see the two males are wrapped around each other a little bit. They don't particularly seem to be going at each other, but these two males were just sitting on their butts doing nothing for weeks and weeks, so at least that I could see. And now they're starting to really wake up a little bit, because I think they're smelling each other. Pheromones are there, they're sensing each other, that there's two males in here, and there's only one female, so someone's got to win, right? That male that is in there, that supernova jag, is a truly spectacular male. I had a female too, supernova jag, that died. It was egg bound 2 years ago. Very, very sad. So I was hoping we can spread some progeny here. This albino doesn't want to come. He wants to come out. I don't want him to come out. Get back in there. Get back in there. Get back in there. That female, that male albino zebra doesn't want to be in there. He wants out. But I like the fact that he's moving around. That's good. That's a good sign. That tells me, you know what? There's some breeding activity possibly being initiated. They haven't eaten, these snakes, in probably 8 weeks now, which is good. All right, now that you can see, these are the two males now wrestling each other a little bit. This is typical behavior. They don't really bite each other, at least in my estimation. Olive pythons can't really say the same for them. Carpets, they'll kind of just push against each other a little bit. And the thing you want to do is you want to really keep an eye on them. You don't want to just leave them together. Just a little bit, maybe 5-10 minutes together. Get the juices flowing a little bit. And if you see any really aggressive behavior, take them out, separate them. The great thing is that when you separate them, each one of them thinks they won the combat. So the one that's in there with the female here will breed her, and then I'll put the albino zebra back with his girlfriend upstairs here, and he'll try to breed her, hopefully. At least that's the theory. You can tell though, those two males are going at each other. The female's kind of just ignoring them all. The two males are going at it. It's great to be able to illustrate, to in concept know what you want to do, and then actually see it in action. So they're going after each other a little bit here, having a little bit of fun. Little rivalry, little male rivalry. It's funny how the female has no interest whatsoever. She's just kind of just sitting there saying, all right, you guys have fun. Do what you got to do. Play around a little bit. All right, I'll probably pull the albino zebra out. Well, look at that lockup. That is a Monarch male. Big one, too. Locked up with a spider hurricane female. Interesting, right? Try to make some hurricane hit monarchs. What would a monarch hurricane look like? Pretty cool, I think. So that's a nice lock. First time I've seen it. Super excited. Monarch is another form of a T-positive albino, but it's when they're born, they're like really purple looking. It's definitely something a little more interesting than just your ultramel or caramel albino. It's a little different, but it certainly is, I would consider a T-positive albino. All right, this is an interesting project I have. This is a little shout out to Warren Booth, my new friend. We did a nice trade a little earlier, a couple months ago. This is a double het Costa Rican T-positive that he works with, a line that's pretty exclusive to Warren as far as I know, and Leopard. So it's a double het Costa Rican T-positive Leopard. They produced some visuals this year. They're awesome, out of this world. I picked up this female, really nice looking. Look at the little cross on her head. And the leopards always show, they have those bow tie saddles. You could always see het leopard. It's pretty visual. And then I also got this one needs to be cleaned, this one a little bit. And this little girl here. Totally two different looking, right? Very, very different looking. So that's Costa Rican T-positive Leopard, I should say double het. And here's her sister. And then I got a male from him too. And let's see who this male is. There he is. Nice looking male too. So this project is obviously going to be down the road, a couple of years, probably 3 years from now. But you gotta keep them coming. This guy just shed, so sorry for the mess. Little update on my Paradigm blood male that I produced. Produced a couple of them this year. Ozzy from Ozzy Boyd's bought one. Here's another Paradigm blood male. That's the Paradigm, which is the sharp albino combined with the boa woman caramel on the same allele. It's an acts like super, and then it's the blood, so it's kind of like a double recessive. And this boy is coming along really nice, coloring up super crazy. I'm actually thinking of keeping this guy back, or one of the males, because it's always good to have backup. I have a male who's the dad to this litter, but you never know. Things die, you know, and you don't want to leave yourself with nothing. So I have this little boy, and then I have this little boy here, who's lighter. I don't know. The other one's a little redder. This one's lighter. To me, they both look unique in themselves, so depends what you like better. Look at this head. Look at the well-defined markings on this head. Really nice, really clean. That Paradigm cleans up the blood. Blood is, it's red, but it's got a lot of dirtiness to it, and then the Paradigm, or even albino for that matter, or boa and caramel, just clean it up tremendously. It's a really, really nice male. So I have 2 left, so I'll probably sell one. They're up on Morph Market. You can contact me too if you want any more information about this project. I lied. I have 3 available. This little boy is kind of like in between. Very interestingly reduced pattern. Also very clean looking. A little smaller than the other 2, but interesting. Not as busy. Saddles are spread out more. Striped-ish tail. This guy's interesting. Maybe I'll keep this one. Once again, Paradigm blood. All right, here's Paradigm het blood. So this is a Paradigm, 100% het blood. And this is a female. Great addition to any breeding program. If you're trying to produce Paradigm bloods, you're trying to produce albino bloods, you know, this is a great pickup here, because the paradigm will enable you to hit the albino, the BOA and caramel, or the combination, which is the paradigm, and then of course she's 100% het blood. So you can breed her to a blood and produce 100% het blood, or 50% het bloods, 50% visual bloods, and then you would produce, you know, para hets. You can breed her to you can pick up a blood het, para het, and you could produce 100% everything. Visuals and 100% hets. So, look at that eye. Paradigms have the best eyes. It's like that beige looking eye. This one is exquisite. This is actually a blood BOA woman caramel T positive. So this is T positive. There's no paradigm in it, okay? It's a visual T positive, and it's the BOA woman caramel T positive. That's the one that we say is compatible with the sharp albino. If you had one copy of sharp albino, one copy of BOA woman caramel, you'd produce a paradigm. But if you have two copies of BOA woman caramel, you produce a T positive. And this is combined with the blood gene. So this is a double visual recessive. This is a BOA woman caramel T positive and blood BOA. And I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but this, look at that. You want red? Look at that red in there. This is about as red as you can get, but it's like a darker red because you have the BOA woman caramel in here. The paradigm bloods are lighter in color, and the albino bloods are even lighter because the BOA woman caramels have some melanin. Paradigms have a little less melanin, and then the albino blood has the least amount of melanin. Maybe I can show you guys a comparison. All right, here we go. We got it. Paradigm blood, BOA woman caramel blood, albino blood, that's sharp albino blood. So all of them compatible with each other, but you can see the difference. The BOA woman caramel blood is the darkest, then the paradigm blood is like that creamy in between, and then the albino blood, of course, the most red and orangish of them all. And you see the stark difference, and they all are gorgeous. And the great thing about paradigm bloods is you can produce both of these. And that's what I like about the paradigm blood. It gives you more flexibility. The paradigm blood father of this one produced this in one litter and produced this in another litter. So, actually, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. But he could have. I have a different father for this. But that just shows you the flexibility, and they're all gorgeous snakes, all double recessives, and all gorgeous in their own right. It just depends on what you like. A lot of people like the really dark reds, you know, with those like really rich fire engine undertones. Some people like the creamy. I got nailed. Some people like the creaminess. Look at how creamy this is with the paradigm blood. And then, of course, the albino blood, just the reddest and the cleanest because there's no dark pigments at all. All right, they're getting pissed off. I'm putting it back in. All right, since we're doing BOAs, let's just finish off with this gorgeous Sun Glow, which is an albino and a hypo. This is a call albino, and this is 100% het for leopard. You can see the leopard influences with the bow tie saddles. And this girl is growing nicely, putting on size. She is going to be something that I'm going to sell. I don't want to, but can't keep everything. She is really perfect in every way, shape, and form. Very, very good temperament. Look at all that crazy leopardish or het leopardish looking pattern on the side. She's almost more interesting than a leopard albino. The leopard albinos lose a lot of pattern. They're almost patternless. So I actually like the het leopards because they actually have way more pattern, but yet they still have that cool looking head with all that color in it. And the sides of their bodies are all really colored well. And of course, all Sun Glows have the beautiful tails with the white outline. So here it is, Sun Glow Het Leopard. That's it for today, guys. It was a BOA episode. It looked like it turned into. Sometimes I don't know what's going to happen, but this today's episode was centered on some cool BOAs. You know, look, the blood albino which was, I think Vin Russo was the first person to produce the albino blood. He produced the Carl version of that, and he called it the Red Dragon, and he really started the whole craze with putting that blood boa together with the albino, you know, realizing that the albino was going to clean it up. And then of course, you know, people went further with it. They did the paradigm blood, they did the T positive bloods, which in the Central American version is called the El Diablo. So there's a lot that can be done with this project still, and there's a lot more that can be inserted into it. I think it's the most exciting BOA project that's going out there, at least double recessive for me. What else we could put in there? Obviously Leopard is the next logical step, and people are working towards that, myself is included. So if you want to get involved in a project like this, now is a good time because it's still ground level. You could pick up double visuals, you can pick up, you know, visuals that are het for one or the other, or you could pick up double hets if you just don't have the money and make your own. Look, 3 years goes really fast. You grow these things up and start breeding them. That's what I did, and next thing you know, you're producing some really cool eye candy stuff. Hey, that's what it's all about, right? You want to make something that first looks cool, and then after you make something that looks cool, you want to make something that no one else has made, and that's always been the, I guess, the goal of breeders, you know, across the reptile industry. Make something cool, and then make something that no one else has made, and then name it, right? So put your stamp of approval on it. All right, guys. Hope you guys are having a great time today, and you're gonna have a relaxing weekend. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit the like button. We'll see you back Monday morning.